I know insert this sport here. I've followed it since I was a young child. The past 10 years of this sport alone has been the best in the history. That's completely false. I am sorry, whatever you think, that is completely false. Now, I can see where you're coming from, because there's more scoring nowadays, there are more people with higher statistics in that sport, but overall, the sport is not good. When everybody on a team can hit 500 or shoot 70%, it's not a good game. Nowadays, most NBA games are won by 15 to 20 points. Minimum. In the NFL, it's a 2-touchdown win. In the MLB, it's a 7-3 victory. This year, in hockey, 2 playoff teams, back-to-back games, scored 9 goals and then 10 goals. That's insane. Some say that Kobe or LeBron are the best basketball players to ever play the game. Look at the leaderboard. They aren't close to the record set by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Kobe Bryant maybe has 5 more years left top. And he is 9,000 points behind. Everybody wants to be that big power hitter, the guy who hits 80 home runs a year. Even so, that's happening now based off steroids, not off skill, not off steak and eggs like Babe Ruth and Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron set the record for home runs, and Barry Bonds came along and beat it. I don't count that as a record broken. I count Hank Aaron as still having the record. Barry Bonds used steroids. Now I know you can say, steroids are just part of the game. No, they're not. Before 15 years ago, nobody used steroids. Why should it be part of the game now, when it wasn't back then? Cy Young was one of the most efficient winners of all time as a pitcher. He has over 500 wins. But that's because people back then were not sissies, okay? They used to pitch every other day, every 3 days, instead of every 5 or 6 days. And when they would pitch, they'd pitch 9 innings. They'd complete the game that they started. They didn't go, oh, my arm hurts, oh my god, I need to be taken out. Or they didn't go, oh man, I have a fever, or I have a little cold, sit me out because I can't run my fastest or hit my hardest. No, they still played to their full potential. Who's considered the best running back of all time? Emmitt Smith has the most rushing yards, but if you ask people, Walter Payton. And you know who's even on that list? Gale Sayers. They're from the 80s and the 70s, and they're the older guys. I like them. Everybody likes them. Everybody knows their name. Now, if you want to watch a good game, whether it be football, baseball, basketball, hockey, anything, you go and you look up NBA's greatest games, MLB's greatest games, NFL's greatest games, and you will find the greatest games. They will never be the 2007 Super Bowl or World Series or playoff game. No, it's always the 1935 World Series, the 1932 World Series, Babe Ruth's called shot. You know, it'll be the things that people know. It'll be the things that make the game great.